Josie's asked me to talk about a couple of other things that do affect things like this, and one of those things that could affect this project and many, many other projects in our city is bills that are coming out of the state, up in the state legislature in Sacramento. That's affecting what's going on with the housing projects in our community, and it's taking that, our ability as a city council and planning commission, it's taking our ability to control those projects out of our hands. And it's forcing, the state is forcing us to put in certain types of projects that we as a city historically have not approved and actually in many cases have made illegal. In fact, there's no such thing as an R1 zone property anymore. If you think you had an R1 zone property, you don't anymore. It might still be zoned R1, but R1 in everyone's mind used to say, well, I can have one residential unit on that property. Well, now you can have up to 3. And that's state law. We have no say over it. And anyone on any R1 zone lot in our city, in fact, statewide, can build what we call ADUs, an ADU, regular ADU or a junior ADU, up to two of these units under certain conditions on their property without any public hearing or notification and without any review by the public or even the planning commission. It's over the counter, and as long as it meets all our building codes, it can be approved. If it happens to block your view, if you happen to live in the Riviera and you think your view is protected, it is no longer protected. The state has taken that away from you. These laws now come into play. These are what we call state mandates, and they've taken our ability to make decisions for your community away from us. We feel that that's wrong. Our whole council is 100% united against these types of bills that the Sacramento is passing. And so you may have seen, and you may have even been a victim of an ADU popping up in your neighborhood or next to you, where somebody's turned a garage into a 2-story project. And I'm seeing a lot of these popping up. In fact, I've asked our planning department how many ADUs have we approved, and since this ADU law went into place a couple years ago, the city's already approved like close to 300 ADUs in our city. And there's nothing being discussed in the public about these. If somebody comes forward with an ADU project, they want to build an ADU that's 2 stories in their backyard, they can do it as long as it meets the building requirements and a few basic rules that our building codes do allow us to manage. So other state bills that are coming forward that are affecting our ability to control housing, you've all probably heard of SB 9, where you can now take an R1 zone property, split it into 2 lots, and build 3 units on each of those lots for a total of 6 units where there was once 1. That can happen next to you tomorrow with no public notice. And so this is another one of the bad bills that we've fought, and many of us, myself included, have been fighting the state and trying to gain support to overturn these laws. But unfortunately, these laws are coming out faster and faster, and in fact, there's now hundreds of bills that have been passed by Sacramento since 2016 that are taking away our ability as a local government to manage how our community is developed.